Charles. Yeah, Mr. Charles, and I just want to say thank you for sticking with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, before we took commercial break, we were talking about wrestling, but let's just do a quick recap on that, if you don't mind. Now, for the...
Go ahead.
I didn't mean that.
Too sad, sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, we were just kind of talking about, the Attitude Era, and kind of the things that, were kind of lost in the progression of, wrestling. And I would definitely like to say that my favorite wrestler of all time, and I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm just gonna say it. A lot of people had different, reactions whenever I tell them. My favorite wrestler was the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, he was one of the greatest.
But I mean, the thing is that I liked his character, his persona. I mean, but then when I really thought about it, I was like, man, this guy really could not wrestle. He was great to watch. And, he shot some of the most crazy promos that you'd ever see. Like, if you were to look up a montage of what he had done, his body of work, it's absolutely insane. None of it makes any sense, but I couldn't stop watching the guy.
It's like, what was it? The heavens will...
worth a damn, though.
The heavens will shake, or the WrestleMania 6 Hulk Hogan.
Oh, the snort.
I will take control of the airplane.
With the airplane, yeah. That was classic. Classic. Like, you could almost feel the cameraman in the background going like, what the hell is happening? Like, did anyone clear this? Like, you could feel it.
Well, on subject, I get a lot of criticism for this too. I miss Chris Benoit.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's truly tragic story. But he was a phenomenal wrestler.
No question about that.
Yeah.
Now, let's going on to a happier subject. It's how many years have you been acting while doing stand-up?
Acting during stand-up. Let's see. I started in about 2011, I want to say. Yeah, it's about 2011. Actually, 2011 was when the first thing I was in, like, I was in a straight-to-Netflix movie, and that was when that came out, but I really did it around, I want to say, 2008. That's when I did my first thing. Like, I auditioned for this part in this movie, and they were like, oh, we love it, you're fantastic, and then I shot this thing, and it didn't come out till some years later. So all my friends had forgotten all about it, and when they saw it, they were like, that's it? So I was literally on screen for, like, I would say, like 30 seconds.
Well, what did he do?
I played, like a Starbucks employee in a movie called Stags. And I'm not even sure if it's still on Netflix. But, hey, first movie credit.
That's true.
Works. So, I mean, I kind of say I'm a wannabe actor. Because I know you've probably talked to some experienced actors and theatrical actors. I'm more of like, the guy that you'd want to say, like, 2 or 3 funny things next to the guy that's in the main role, So that's kind of what they get comedians to do, and that's kind of my thing right now until maybe I graduate into more serious acting roles. So yes.
That's true. Now, I'm going to ask you a hard-hitting question.
Do it!
No disrespect by it.
Gotcha.
And I know if we're sitting here in person, you probably punched me in the face. But do you think it's because you're stereotyping? Do you think that's why?
That's why...
You didn't get a bigger push?
Oh, I didn't get a bigger push. Oh, no. It's like, they were looking for, like, they had pretty much filled all the roles, and they were, like, comedic actors that were doing those roles. Like, it was kind of a low-budget thing, so they were just looking for a small part for, like, a local comedian, and that happened to be me. So, yeah. I've auditioned for many different things, so I don't think I've been pigeonholed just yet. I actually need to get more acting work before they do that, before they're like, well, you're this guy, and this is the box that we're putting you in.
I'm just saying, well, you want to do that, but you might as well say the same thing about me. I'm this guy too. Oh, you have a learning disability? Okay, you gotta play a category or character who has a learning disability. Or they say that to you. You're black, but you can be like a gangbanger or something. It's like, why? What the hell? Why do you have to stereotype people? It's like, you know what?
Yeah, sometimes that, you're right. It's a huge challenge and it can happen, but it hasn't happened to me yet. I don't really think when you look at me, you see gangbanger per se.
No.
There you go. So, I don't know. It's like right now, I haven't been put into the box where I'm that guy. Right now, I'm just a guy. And I'm fine with being a guy right now.
And for the record, I didn't mean any disrespect. Like I said, it is uncensored. You ask hard-hitting questions. And in return, you can ask me anything you want, say anything you want. So you have anything you want to talk about?
I always wanted to know, have you ever had a situation where someone wanted to cut the interview, not saying that I do, like midway through, like they were like, you know what, this is a bad idea, I don't want to do this anymore, Keith, I'm angry. Has that ever happened?
Well, you're saying if I offended an African American, or just like
anyone in general? Because we all know African Americans are cool.
Yeah.
No. Maybe not. I don't know. I'd like to think I'm pretty cool, but yeah.
No, I'm going to tell you the truth. I met a lot of nice black people. I'm not racist.
You might want to not say, I met a lot of nice black people. Like that, yeah. Right.
Well, I can always say it, man. But I met a lot of nice people. Doesn't matter. White, black, Asian, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But, do I come off, do I not think a lot before I talk, Yeah, I have a learning disability. I have a brain. I don't have a filter. If it pops in my head, it's a good idea. So that's why I said no disrespect, because, it is uncensored, so it doesn't register.
I understand, and you're a pretty nice guy. You're a nice guy to me, I would say. Because usually when someone says no disrespect, you expect a whole lot of disrespect coming.
Right.
But, I'm like, wow, that was a cool question. That's cool. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
And the reason, then I'll answer your question, have I ever had someone just get up and say, I don't want to do it?
Yep.
Not on camera. When I first started, I did my demos. I had a lot of people, that did that. That just said, I thought it would be more, or, I'll give you a perfect example. I interviewed people from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to Dragon Ball Z to let's see, Power Rangers, Spider-Man, a couple other things. And half of them I became friends with, and the other half, they blew me off, saying, oh, well, you should have told us it was a demo, and you should have said this, should have said that, and maybe once I did find someone who got halfway and says, yeah, I don't want to do it, but it usually comes afterwards when they do, like, the follow-up. I said, hey, 2 years ago, we did an interview.
Right.
I would love to do a follow-up with you. Like I would say it was you. I would love to do a follow-up interview with you. And you would say, yeah, no problem. But there's other people would say to me, yeah, well, I only did it because I thought you were a nice guy, and I thought it would help my career.
I hear you. I mean, honestly, 2 years from now, I'd be like, yeah, of course I'll do the Keith Andrews show. I remember when we were talking about video games and wrestling? Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
But if you mean like would I ever go on a racist rant, no, never. But unless I have your permission, then...
That's good to know. Good to know.
Unless I have your permission, then, but that's completely up to you. I'm very respectful. I'm upfront. So if I have someone's permission, then it'd be like, okay, I'm going to ask you the hard-hitting questions. We'll go to the next level, but...
Oh, yeah, hard-hitting questions, those are the best type of questions. I mean, that's what keeps your viewers watching and, gets you more hits and stuff like that. And,
But randomly, would I just go and use the N-word for no reason? No, because I wasn't raised that way. I have hired standards. I'll give you a perfect example. I went, and this, I'm going to turn it around on you afterwards. I went to a rich, snobby country club high school. And basically, if you had money, you can do anything you want.
Me too, kind of.
And I said to my dad, because he worked in an old black school, it was mixed. It was black, Spanish, and some Asians. Right. And I said, I would never go to your school. And I said, why? The point of school is you interact with different races.
Right.
You respect everyone's point of view. You see where everyone's coming from. And overall, you appreciate it more. Basically, the school I went to, they basically segregated everyone, and they said, "Oh, you're special ed. You be in this corner, in this group of people." And you had money, you had mommy and daddy would wipe your ass for you and say, "Oh well." And it's true. Most of the cars in the parking lot belong to the students, and you say, "Oh well, I'm failing a class." He is on a football team. How much would you want me to give? It is all about giving and giving. And me, it's like, I'm not an in-person. I'm not a jock. I have a learning disability. What do I have to offer? So, I always say this, when I interview a Spanish person or a black person, I'm not racist. I'm not saying it because that's how passionate I am. I would rather gone to your school because you would have a different point of view and you would appreciate it more. And the teachers would be a lot nicer and they care about you. I've seen commercials where people say, I had this teacher and he or she made a difference in my life. And I look back, why can I have that? Why couldn't I say that? Maybe one person I can think of, but he turned into an asshole later on. But I never had any of that. So now turning it around on you,
okay.
Would you rather go to that rich, snobby school I went to, or would you want to go to a public school where you had to interact with everyone from different races?
Well, I kind of did have that experience. Like, my school, I'm from Brooklyn. And I went to school in Brooklyn, but my high school was a lot different than other public schools in Brooklyn. So we were considered the snobby, rich high school. It wasn't like rich, even though we had a few, high-profile students there, that were actors in like Calvin Klein commercials and things like that. And it was very segregated. It was kind of like, we didn't have sports, so it was already like segregated in that way. So we didn't have jocks. We just had like the actor kids would hang with the actor kids, and then it was very segregated in terms of race, like white with white, Asian with Asian, black with black, Spanish with Spanish, that sort of thing. So, I kind of had that experience, and what I did to make it work for me was I kind of hung out with everyone. So I joined a bunch of different clubs, and I hung out with everyone. So when it came time to graduate, I was actually in the Asian American Student Association. That was one of the most fun clubs I've ever joined in my life, and I just had fun learning about a different culture, and we also played like basketball and badminton together after school, which was a weird combination, but I had fun doing it. So, yeah, I made that situation work for me.
Yeah, I never had an opportunity. I wanted to join the Model UN. I was part of the Big Brother, Little Brother thing, but that wasn't for me. But
Why not? That sounds awesome.
Well, I was always the little brother, and
Okay.
I always, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's because I have social anxiety, and I guess that played a part in it. Played a part in it.
Yeah.
But I was doing this back then, and this really helps me interact with people. I'll give you a perfect example. When I used to work over at North Face, I had an excuse to walk up to someone and introduce myself. And I'm doing my talk show. Now, if I saw you on the street or hanging out at the mall, I would walk up and introduce yourself because I have a reason to. I wouldn't just randomly walk up to you because, that's kind of creepy. But...
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, for the most part, you always have a reason to introduce yourself.
Right.
For the most part.
When I was growing up, I had something because I was a shy kid. And doing this is kind of like therapy for myself, how to interact with people, getting over the social anxiety. Now, it's basically like a wall, like a hurdle. You just have to get over it and have someone help you.
Yeah. I was also a shy kid too, so I can relate, Aha! Okay. I couldn't imagine that he has a lot going on. No disrespect to him, but,
It's a possibility. If you need help promoting, you promote me, I promote you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The other thing was, I interviewed this cute Asian girl. And I was like, well, the cuter the girls, the more the people would watch. And
This is true.
And then I interviewed one of my good friends, Kurgan Mayhem. He did Goldar from Power Rangers.
Very nice.
And I was comparing his video to Lenny's, and the numbers are about the same. Maybe Lenny had some more. But I said, if I had like Trish Stratus or Mickey James or Momoina on the show, the numbers were going up because people are fans. And, well, like I said, even though I asked stupid questions, I didn't mean to offend you if I asked anything or offended you. But it's uncensored, hard-hitting questions. But, if I had any of them, the numbers would go up. Because you're not seeing it just, okay, what is he doing? But you're seeing it because you're a fan of him. Like,
yeah, this is true. I mean, the fans of those, those people, those figures, they're going to tune in because they're like, well, I'm a fan of this person. I want to see what they're going to say. And then on top of that, then you gain fans because those fans are just like, you know what? I like this Keith Andrews guy, and I think I might keep watching.
That's true. And while on the subject of social media, I am paying people to find me on Twitter. Twitter's constantly giving those people, $2 a day. Okay, I can do $2 a day. But I am paying Twitter. I am paying Facebook. And Twitter's, maybe like a one-up. I originally had 43 people. Now I have like 100 and something.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my Facebook and at my likes, saying, why the hell aren't the numbers going up? Why aren't they jumping like Twitter? So I can't snap my finger, but it's constantly have a new follower, have a new follower, have a new follower. But in Facebook, there's nothing. It's like it's dead. No.
Well, I mean, I also think it depends on like the message that you're putting out there, like what kind of content you're putting out there, and how often you're doing. Because it's infrequent. Because I'm not a great Twitter person. Like I tweet every couple of months, and I get criticized by my friends a lot by that. And they tweet like every day. Like Twitter is great for comedians in the sense of like short jokes.
Right.
And, you can develop a following, but you just have to have a high frequency of things that you put out there. So that's part of it. It's content and it's frequency. But it's like sometimes I feel like it's kind of a job, even though it could be. It is. I have a friend that teaches a course on, like, how to be effective on Twitter. And I know she has about, I want to say, like, 20,000, maybe 30,000 people following her. And, she's just amazing at Twitter. But me, I'm kind of just the type of person where I'm like, do I want to take a picture of what I'm eating and post it? And do I want to tell people that I'm just getting out the shower and I'm putting on my socks? I'm like, I don't really care. I don't really care. So I'm just not gonna do it because I don't care.
Remember to come also, people who was making fun of Twitter, or spy Twitter, saying, I am now sitting on the couch. Dad, we all know you're sitting on the couch. I am now talking to son. And you don't even see that anymore, but it's kind of like, I don't know, but what's the point? Like, I tried getting into Instagram, and that was making my head hurt. And I was like,
well, it can be fun. Like, if you're a picture person, Instagram is great. And I mean, that's another thing that I kind of do, but not really. Like, I'm not really a selfie person. And, I mean, all these things, they can help boost your online presence, but it's like, sometimes it gets tedious. And then I have friends other comedians that, like, will pay people to do that stuff for them, and that can also help your presence. And, it's good. I mean, you can have fun with it. Like, it doesn't have to be tedious and boring. It can be exciting and amazing. I know people that can't live without Instagram and Twitter and, all these social media apps and things like that. But I'm just kind of an old school guy, and I remember the days when they didn't exist, and I was fine with that, and I'm fine with this.
That's true. Well, two things.
That is why I only have like 500 followers.
Hey, that's a lot more than I have. I had that.
I'm guessing. It might really be like 100 or so. I don't even know.
Well, I'm actually
boosting my numbers.
Yeah, actually, two more easy questions, then we're going to wrap up the show with funny stories. But, well, on the subject, I miss MySpace. The good MySpace.
Oh, yeah.
They had something called, what was it, MySpace AIM. It's basically, I spent hours on that shit. And something else called IMVU.
Oh, I've seen people use it, but I never got into it.
Now, for
like, with the avatar and all that stuff, I was like, yeah, this isn't for me.
It can go either way, but why I don't really network on Facebook that much, and MySpace at the time, you really don't know who you're talking to.
This is true.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I was taken advantage of thinking I was talking to Melena Perez, or talking to Mickey James, talking to Trish, talking to you, and you don't know.
Just some guy that's just pulling your chain. So
I used to think RP meant, RP, real person. No, that's not what RP means. RP means a role player.
Yeah,
Why the
heck? Gamer. Yeah, I know.
And they were hired by MySpace to do that. It's like, really? You hired someone to pretend that's just bullshit, but going to a happy place. But actually, what's your opinion on it? Do you like the new MySpace logo layout?
Well, I kind of miss how MySpace used to be.
Right.
When it was like the Facebook giant, because everyone was on MySpace and it was amazing. And I will never knock MySpace because it got me on TV for the first time. I got on a little show called Last Comic Standing because of my comedy profile on MySpace. Like, one of the producers of the show had seen a comedy clip and was like, hey, would you like to be on our show? We're taping in New York, and we know you're in New York. And next thing I knew, I was on the show. Didn't win, but I was still happy to have that that opportunity, and it came because of MySpace. And I used to write like interesting blogs and things like that, and I enjoyed it. And then Facebook kind of like came in, and then everyone moved over to that and forgot about MySpace. And MySpace is still there. It's just that people don't really care anymore. I mean, I know they're trying, and they've kind of partnered up with Facebook, but it's too late. It's moved on. It's kind of like playing 8-bit NES when PS4 and 360 and Xbox One and all that cool newfangled stuff is out, and it's kind of like everyone's like, "Oh, look at you! You're so retro. Like that's interesting. You're stuck in the past. Good for you." You know, like it's really patronizing or whatever.
You know, it's like a Nintendo GameCube coming out. That's one of the best systems ever.
I still have mine. I wouldn't say one of the best anything. Let's not get crazy, Keith. It was good. It was good.
Could have been better.
Yeah, definitely could have been better. But then I would also say that about the Dreamcast.
God, that was a big piece of shit.
Yeah, okay. I can admit that. I can admit with that. But it's like they had some awesome games and they had a whole bunch of crap games.
Well, if we're going back, let's do a year before, actually 2 years before. What about the Sega Saturn?
Oh, I love the Saturn. Love some of the games they had, but execution was bad, promotion was bad, marketing was bad. Everything was bad. Everything was bad. It just, I don't know. Sega hung it up with right reason too. So.
But if it wasn't for Sega, we wouldn't have Sony. And what I mean by that is right. Sega was the first video game system to do a CD.
You're right. Absolutely right. I remember Sega CD. Yeah, they had to call it that. They were like, we can't think of any interesting names. Sega CD.
Yeah, I do miss it. Remember the Power Ranger game?
I've never played it. I've seen pictures of it, and from what I remember, it was atrocious. It was, wow.
I have to send you the video. It's really funny.
It was the water world of games, but hey.
Do you know what the best part of that game was? There was a cheat code, but unlocked all the video clips. So you can sit there from season 1 all the way watch to the end of, I guess, in the beginning of season 2, and he just watch it like a DVD. He didn't care about the game. He just sort of sit there and watch the videos.
Yeah, I mean, that aspect was kind of cool, and it was so ahead of its time, where it's like you would get this amazing video clip of live action sequence, and then right after it was done, it would take like a super long time to load the game, and you're just like, do I even want to play this anymore? Like, I'd rather just watch these clips.
You
played the game to see the clips.
While on the subject, the best game for Sega CD, in my opinion, was WWF Rage in the Cage.
I think I've only seen video of that game.
Well, I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it on YouTube and stuff like that, but I've never actually played it. I would say